expression in his eyes. At this moment, QD's attitude is clear. He immediately gains her favor. This also makes everyone feel that the city lord is truly charismatic. QD says that, indeed, the city lord is a remarkable person. Thank you, Canton, for your kindness. Master, this can be called an unexpected disaster. And the son of the sect, Jiu Huin sect, Vong Dat, died inside Mai's tavern. What? The scene is shocked. They say Vong Dat of Jiu Huin sect even showed hesitation in his eyes. This time, the Vuk Triantong Great Formation was destroyed. Too many martial artists remain, causing the incident. There have been too many cons, but I can't imagine that the son of the demon Huin sect's leader also lost his life on Vu Fong. This really is quite troublesome. Do you know who caused this? Do you know which faction they belong to? As of now, the entire tavern has been destroyed. I heard it was a young man, about 20 years old, carry. According to a martial arts master, the more they do, the more it makes us worry. Person who, after killing Wang De, also killed Tue. Vong Chan came to seek revenge and even chased after Vong Chan. If in her eyes, she shows deep worry, as if she dares not think about the outcome behind, then everyone also becomes serious, right? Even Kantin was shocked and said, after all, what kind of person is bold enough to do this? If Vong Chan is also killed, then Du Huin Tong would be terrified in his heart. If Vong Tsong loses both of his sons, his Tan Vu Fong would probably also be consumed by rage. Lon Den Mat Cud said, I am also worried about this matter. The investigators have already checked the entire city. Although they couldn't find the culprit, they focused on the accomplice. The culprit hopes to get a good result. Officer Qin smiles, saying that Wang De has also died. So what good outcome can there be now? Wang Gong's anger cannot help burn, even if his son is uneducated and unskilled. But still, as a noble person, I am the Lord of Qinggu Pi, and I have certain responsibilities. Naturally, I will do my best to assist Jyoti and clarify this matter. Li Vanxiao's gaze was strange as he swept over. Li Vanxiao couldn't help but feel uneasy. The way Jyoti spoke just now made his expression cold. Inside, he felt a bit worried. What Jyoti just said was, case involves the suspect, but I don't know if they found the Lei Feng healing hall or not. But Mak Tu Shuyan was there. Probably nothing serious if they lead him to the martial emperor to fight. Of course, such a grand scene would be noticeable. He's here, so he can sense it too. Right now, it seems no conflicts have arisen. It's too intense. Let's see how it goes first. Duan Bin said that if the matter has already happened, there's no need to worry. Worrying more won't help. It's not the way. After this transaction is over, I will send someone to assist Jiu Di Jiu Huin Tong. Although they are all reckless people, cold and ruthless, but according to reason, they wouldn't dare to act recklessly. At most, we can wait for the transmission. Troops are well paired. Let's advance. The sacred area is a place to uphold the law. The sacred area belongs to the Tran Du Huin sect. No one dares to act recklessly here. QD nodded and said these words. From Lord Dungben put my mind at ease. Lu Fai Vu also spoke up, saying to be assured, when we reach QD Van Bao Tower, I will definitely support you and won't let Dio Huin's court be wrong, nor will I let H be humiliated outside the legal boundaries. As for this matter, perhaps it should be addressed to avoid trouble for the young master. As for the 9D, they still feel quite assured about the Shangming side. After all, we've collaborated for many years, and both friendship and interests are mutually understood. Naturally, Jiu Huin sect would not ignore the threat from my RA. Those guys, Lu Fai Vu confidently said, to rest assured Van Bao Lao and even Thuan Min would unconditionally support QD. His word carried great weight, which immediately eased QD's worries considerably. Lai Van Tu was silent for a moment. Then according to him, it was just about killing one person. They're just thugs. Why so much trouble? It's also because his vision was too high back then. In his past life, don't forget Jiu Huin sect and Bak Min Huin Palace. He has already killed many of them, yet he remains safe and sound to this day. He doesn't understand the suffering of those lower classes who are always fearful of the major sects and their overwhelming power. A little poor service might actually be their downfall. This is the brutal reality in the heavenly martial realm. Powerful individuals are revered. The strong are law. Disobedience only leads to death. With this word from young Master Lu, QD can rest assured. Now, let's begin our transaction. Don't let this affect your mood. Stay calm and clear mind. I'm saying this is all because of the Great Formation transmission. Tong has been destroyed. Everyone, stop all actions. Now I am organizing a small transaction. This involves more than 10 million 9 provinces experts to oversee. If you have any treasures, you can reveal them so everyone can examine. Everyone, please bring out your treasures. Everyone has reached a level of readiness. As long as they have treasures, they can be taken out. If I don't look like an ordinary person at all, it will definitely not be easy to take it out and embarrass everyone. Look over there. They're looking east, but no one admits to being the first to take out the eye. The scene resembles a lake. He anticipated this situation long ago. Smiling, he said, if all of you intend to stay until the end, then I will go ahead and shame him first. Raise your hand. The aura flashes in the ring, suddenly revealing a white box, gilded with jade and dragon engravings appearing in the hand. Chuckling as the lid is opened to reveal some gray wooden pieces inside. Apart from the spiritual energy radiating, nothing unusual can be seen. Everyone carefully opens their eyes wide. Still feels it's no different from an ordinary wooden branch, right? Hey, does anyone see any clues here? Master Mo is willing to offer 10 million. Primordial Spirit Middle Realm Spirit Stone. Jung proudly says, even if it's a 9th realm, it can participate. Honestly, I'm quite curious about Mai's level. This thing, if it weren't for the previous host saying that we know what it is, but even if I think it over and over, I still can't figure out what Tubok is talking about. Talking about the city lord is truly impressive and courageous. He even dares to use 10 million yuan Zhu Zhongping to test his abilities. If my family sees 100 million, they might think they're doomed, and everyone will agree. Based on my family's assessment of his abilities, everyone knows, let alone the lady of the house. If even she can't see through it, then others shouldn't hope either. Jiu Yi smiled gently, her beautiful eyes shifting. Although her face was covered by thin silk, it was clear she was a stunning beauty. The young lady beside her immediately stepped forward and took box. Knock over at QD. Raise your slender hand. Point with your index finger at the small branch. Immediately, a look of amazement appears, saying, this thing, surprisingly, has no rank. No rank? Could it be an ordinary branch? What a joke. The master is someone important. How could it be that an ordinary branch is involved? Certainly, Yi. The scriptures say that in this world, there really are many things that have no hierarchy, because there is no way to use secular standards to evaluate them. None of these items are anything but treasures. Lord City Chief, yet you are offering such precious things. I wonder, Lord City Chief, what you want in exchange, or if you want to sell them. Original Thatch Kantin smiled and said, first, don't rush to speak. Let everyone see what this thing really is before continuing. Moreover, it's not as precious as all Yi Duran thought, because the quantity is really too small. Jiu Di removed his finger from the piece of wood, smiling and said, unbelievable. So, it's this thing. I already knew the answer. Kantin's expression shows disbelief, very surprised. GQD smiles softly, her lips slightly twitching. She directly transmits a secret message to him. In Kantin's hand, he sees his face turn surprised, almost unable to believe. Everyone can see this, knowing there's an answer. Everyone feels deeply eager to know the answer. Everyone's hearts are filled with anticipation. They all can't wait to find out the answer tomorrow. As expected, Kantin smiled bitterly and shook his head. He revealed his extreme reluctance and said, 10,000 yuan stones of mine really have to be given away for free. Then he was about to announce the answer when suddenly a calm voice resonated. It was indeed the little gourd-shaped golden steel speaking slowly. I also know what this thing is. The yuan stone of the city lord requests you to pair 2 portions, okay? Don't worry, the spirit realm will speak directly. Just like Jiu-Di. After investigation, I only knew you were nearby. From looking, I can tell what it is. No wonder I was startled. Little Kim Huolu, you little one, puffed and said, if I guess wrong, then this is the spirit nourishing wood from the spirit realm. The original no divine pollen condenses to nurture the pure wood spirit essence like this. It is truly rare. The only deficiency is the quantity is too small. I'm afraid it won't have much effect. A Jing was startled and couldn't help start to evaluate with his eyes. This man in black wants to probe inside, but he can't do it either. He also, knowing that every strong person has their own habits. Many people are very peculiar, I say. Perhaps they prefer to hide their face, so it's better not to force an investigation. Just smile bitterly and say, indeed, I am too naive. The heavenly martial realm is vast, and indeed, the talented are abundant. As he just finished speaking, everyone was startled. They all looked towards Xiao Jin at the lake. Everyone in their hearts highly regard him. Not only that, even the servant Lai Van Tu he brought along comes into everyone's view. After examining him briefly, they all frown. This person seems not to be an ordinary servant. Lu Fai Vu. They are surprised and become even more curious. Li Van Xiao QD blinked repeatedly, after circling around a few times on his body, then around the small diamond gourd a few more times. Only then did Li Van Xiao stop, and said, I don't know what kind of spiritual nourishment wood this is. The sect master wants to exchange it for something. I am very interested. If it's truly impossible, then please let me know. If we get a bit more, yuan stone might also be possible. The scene spirit says, just as Lord Van mentioned, this nourishing soul wood, although precious, is too rare. It is also useless. I want to exchange it for a Kim Dung worship. Dung doesn't know if anyone is willing to not keep the strange clothes of Feng Zhuan. The lord of the Kus sect can't help but be too greedy. Go ahead and use this soul nourishing wood first. Want to trade it? Golden Yang's 7th worship. It's like exchanging magma for a primordial stone. The stone spirit realm to him is just a joke. He only laughed and said the Golden Yang worship has value, but the soul nourishing wood is priceless. Although this thing has few uses when in the hands of someone who truly needs it, even if, no matter how many dazzling warships there are, they can't compare to the fruit of true virtue. Indeed, Indeed, CUD also supports this. Said this kind of priceless treasure is very hard to value. Although it's rarely used in the Tianwen realm, quantity is also limited. It's astonishingly rare. If someone has an urgent need, it truly becomes invaluable. Suddenly, Yi said, I heard something. News. A divine spear of Wushan has appeared and has transformed in the high region. Perhaps there will be no more spiritual nourishment trees appearing in this world. Everyone is shocked by this news. Although many don't understand the implications, at least they realize how precious this thing is, since it is truly one of a kind. Throughout the entire Tianvo realm, even the celestial court didn't expect. After being a bit stunned, he gave a wry smile and shook his head, saying, Master D, why didn't you say so earlier? If I had known beforehand, I wouldn't have taken it out for a trade. Keeping it as part of the collection would have been better, right? He pounded his chest and stomped his feet, clearly distressed, making everyone suspicious. Not knowing if two were working together, playing off each other. Even though they knew the no divine tree was lost, no one was willing to trade the golden Yang battleship for it, because this item was not needed by many, and some were even hearing about the little golden gourd for the first time. Huang opened his mouth and mentioned the golden pearl warship. We don't have the 7th grade, but I have two. One is a Yumin 8th grade warship. I wonder if the city lord is willing to exchange or perhaps add 10 million mid-grade source stones. Previously you lost to me. Price is no less than the golden pearl warship and 2 cores of warships. The Yumin 8 level battleship. Everyone is shaken at heart, their eyes looking towards the little diamond gourd in the world. A sect that can possess an 8 level battleship can be counted on one hand. Moreover, except for super level forces, basically every 8 level battleship originates from the Hoa than high number. Jing Ting hesitated, counting the amount. He said, so we have to see how far she can go. Then Xiao Diamond swung his hand, pretending to command Li Yunxiao. At this moment, Li Yunxiao took out a bag and stepped forward to hand it to Jing Ting. Li Feiwu found it funny but also felt curious about Li Yunxiao's expression. The stronger he became, the more interested he seemed to be. Ken Tin took out a bag of artifacts. After scanning them with his divine consciousness, a look of joy appeared on his face. These are skeletal warships collected from the demon realm. Though incomplete, they seem to have minimal core damage. Compared to others, their value is indeed even greater. The entire Kim Duong warship is lost. That's right, I want to be cautious with these 2 remains. Immediately give that white jade box to Lai Van. Tell Lai Van to keep a calm face. Have him take it, then retreat to the back of the lake. Little Kim Duong, stay silent and nurture your soul. Mua, have him enter the realm directly. The divine soul just appeared suddenly, hearing the tender and urgent voice. Below, tell me quickly, give me a child. Newborn below, joyfully flapping wings like sparrows, non-stop in the mouth, drooling, laughing loudly, saying haha. Indeed, it nourishes the soul. The wood separates from above. People absolutely do not fake. Truly a little Wu also feels the existence. At this moment, the soul nourishing wood just snatched by. Bao Lai Van, quickly seize it for me. Lai Van, as soon as you land, he immediately rushes forward to seize it. Joyfully, he grabs the soul nourishing wood and swallows it in one gulp. His stomach bulges, and he feels the shadow of his entire body begin to change as if a few months have passed. It's too little. Xiao Wu. Dissatisfied, he stomped on the ground. Obviously, this didn't go as he wished. Lai Van Tu directly slapped him away. He softly said, don't be so naive. Right now, the entire Tianvo world no longer has this. Don't act like you don't know when you do. After finishing, the aura on him flashed, then immediately disappeared from below. The deity in the Grand Hall of Jingjing is also very satisfied this transaction. Truly pleased. Smiling, I have already thrown the bricks and gems of you all, so you should also make an appearance. Haha, since that's the case, then I will also expose a little bit. A martial cultivator next to Li Feiwu raised his right hand. Beam of light directly shot out, breaking through the void. Long Tsong took a moment to stab it into the ground. It really is a precious golden silver blade, with twin edges intertwined in one place, also inlaid with 7 differently colored buffalo beads from Tu Sin Hui. That martial artist said this. Mystical 8-level soldier. Does anyone want it? I want to trade some pills to enhance my power. This is an old guy. Pupil of the false eye suddenly constrict, staring intently at that Bao Dao for a while. In shock, he said, could this be the twin weapon? The exquisite sword of Mu Dong. So it's you. Killing Mu Dong. Everyone inside is shaken. This Bao Dao truly is a remarkable item, but the name Mu Dong strikes fear into everyone. He's not really an outstanding character, just that his identity is somewhat special. He is a powerful expert of the sword set. You have strong abilities, but your circle is limited. Your contacts are also limited to that extent, so within the martial set there are still many who know him. What nonsense are you talking about? He is the one wielding that weapon. Are you going to kill him? Quinn Bin 8th rank. It was I who picked up that warlord. He stared fiercely at the old man Lu and angrily said, if I kill someone, would I dare to use it for a transaction? I don't want to live anymore. In Bai Tu's eyes, a flash of light shone like a mirror, and this mysterious energy looked very familiar. But this is an object. The bracelet keeps activating at the same time. You all need to witness this. If I exchange this Bao Dao sword Feiyang's death has nothing to do with me. Anyway, the reputation of the sword sect is already too intimidating. Although each of them is a Votan martial lord in the eyes of others, they are just worms. This despicable ant can be crushed by hand. I wonder if the Nam Dao Tich Long Dan can be exchanged for this Bao Dao Hill, sir. The martial elder frowned and said, the Nam Dao Tich Long Dan is considered a power enhancer, so exchanging it is possible, but at least 3 million seeds are required. The elder's expression suddenly changed. He was slightly angry and said, 3 million seeds, you say? That sneaky trickster of a martial artist just spoke softly. Nah. The head of Tich Long Dan is only considered a late-stage method. In the 8th grade alchemy, even if you use 300 pills, it wouldn't have much effect on me. I didn't want to get involved initially, but if you can do something better, and you can produce 300 pills, I will reluctantly agree. If it's with 300 seeds, I already used them myself. Bok Tu angrily flicked his sleeve and sat down. Returning to his position, his eyes kept scanning the Tan Bao Dao. Seems the lake is not satisfied. Lu Feng said, the value of this 13 blade is truly over 300,000 seeds. The Nam Dao Tich Long item is actually a relica. How many people in the sword sect of the strong have the courage to buy? Of course, everyone can testify that it has nothing to do with the buyer, but the strong martial emperor of the sword sect is willing to listen to your explanation. Even the 9 heavens martial emperor doesn't have many people with good temper. That martial elder's expression changed immediately upon hearing these words. This caused some people with ill intentions to immediately withdraw. Seeing that no one wanted to trade, he snorted angrily and said, no one is trading. Then he rolled up his sleeve and swung it. The sword transformed into a beam of light, drawing a ring-shaped token inside. Sinking, he sat there calmly. Young Master Lei, you are the youngest martial venerable here, also one of the newly appeared 4 talents. In the northern region, he is the top young talent, truly worthy of the Van Bao Tower's expectations. Everyone is eagerly anticipating your treasure. Jung Ben, I see your aura is a bit uncomfortable. Hurry and go out to relax. Looking over, Lo Fai Vu smiled and said, Jung, things are serious now. Actually, there's nothing here I want to trade for. Li Fai Yu smiled and said, but I've come to participate. If I just stayed a spectator at this trading event, it wouldn't be appropriate. So I came here. My people happen to have a treasure on hand. Would anyone be interested? I wonder. What I said is also sincere. Using the internal strength of Wan Bao Lu, there's something he wants. No one here has it, nor does anyone else. The possibility that everyone is waiting to see Lo Fai Vu only saw a gleam flash in his hand, then a white metal block appeared. Its smooth surface reflected light softly, like water, instantly recognizable as a Fam artifact. Li Van Tu quietly thought within. With just a glance, he recognized this thing. Who? Luo Shao Jin Diamond. Speaking calmly, no. Knows, brother Yi. How is this transaction? Van Shao. Just a glance and he recognized Li Fei Wu with a naive smile. Glances at Li Yuan Shao. He's not interested in looking at the doll-shaped Luo Shao Jin Diamond. What about it? Who? Luo Shao Jin Diamond says, brother Zhong, do you know? So what exactly is it? Both of you don't beat around the bush anymore. Just say it straight. Everyone's urging you. QD was also surprised and said, Van Fu, previously when you recognized the soul-nourishing wood, it really wasn't a coincidence. Indeed, for materials with extremely high craftsmanship, even Kim Lin stone is known. This is the Kim Lin stone here. Kim Lin crystal. Why does everyone look so shocked? When Vo Tun just made a move, he also widened his eyes, staring intent at the large Kim Lin crystal. His hand revealed a greedy look. Everyone else also looked very serious. QD softly explained, saying, this Kim Lin crystal has the attribute of metal and also has water, can be freely shaped and transformed without causing fundamental damage, so it is often used by alchemists to forge battle armor. A large Kim Lin stone like this is enough to forge one piece of 8th rank battle armor. Although the Kim Lin stone is not the main material for battle armor, it is the most crucial core material of all. It can be freely transformed, can be large or small, pasted on the body, moving naturally. It is also the most precious raw material in the battle armor. Young Master Lu truly does not disappoint everyone. This treasure has also been taken out. Yang Ping also feels tempted. He just doesn't know what young Master Lu wants to exchange for. Yang Ping also feels tempted. He just doesn't know what young Master Lu wants to exchange for. Anything Dung Ben desires, he reveals a look of wanting it. Anyway, battle robes are extremely valuable to a martial artist. They are almost life-saving. Not everyone has the chance to obtain such a rare battle robe, especially at the level they aim for. Collecting all the materials for a single battle robe is already difficult. Making a complete one is even harder. Even if they manage to gather everything. I've collected everything and want to find a master alchemist of the 8th rank to help you. The higher the difficulty of the refinement, the higher the level. So seeing such a treasure, almost everyone is tempted. Li Fei Wu smiled and said, it's just a small toy. I also don't know what would be a good exchange for you all. Just take out anything you want as long as I agree. Then let's switch. 9 Li smiled gently. Speaking of people, Wan Bao is indeed long-standing. Every person is talented and bold, but extremely clever. Li Fu says, these words may be casual, but they can't be doubted. Otherwise, everyone would have to risk it. He chose the best one. Wouldn't that just make everyone? You have to take out all the good things. As expected. After hearing this, Yang Bing suddenly hesitated, then took out a jade pendant and said, in my hand is a piece of wood attribute spiritual jade. I don't know if young Master Lei has noticed this. The wood attribute spiritual jade and the 5-element spiritual jade. The 9-death scripture was astonished, saying it's unbelievable that Yang Bing has in his hand. Master Ben has such a treasure. Judging by the value of this item, it is truly no less than Kim Lin stone, especially for wood element martial artists. It is even more effective than Kim Lin. Although this Kim Lin stone is inferior to the 5-elemental mutation origin, it has been infused with elemental power into the mineral stone over many years of condensation. It's extremely difficult for Mu Xingling to just appear and immediately cause half of people here to give up. Obviously, no one has reached this level, or they simply don't want to exchange for the ceremony. Pai Wu reveals a casual remark, saying if God has already said so, then if I trade, what do I still have left to enjoy? If no one else likes this thing, if this is mine, then exchange it for the wood spirit herb. The jade of Lord Duongbin. He deliberately turned his head away and said to Van Thieu, do you have any intention toward this golden spirit stone of mine? What do you think, little diamond gore? Saying no, answering decisively like that, made Lu Fai Vu embarrassed and smile knowingly. The treasure of Freedom Island. Naturally I cannot. Compared to everyone else, there are only a few special products. Perhaps young Master Lu will like them. Deep couldn't hold back anymore and opened his mouth. His eyes flashed briefly. Then he took out a stick from his ring. A coral red fire stick held in his hands. Red light flickering. He smiled and said, I don't know if my family head famous across the land. Do you know about treasure deep in the North Sea? That red SN shout just here in the main hall, and everyone immediately felt a warm, ancient emotion like little flames on their bodies, warm and comfortable beyond words. God slightly furrowed his brow in surprise and said, could it be the bloodstone? San Hu Taiep was stunned, immediately praising and saying that his reputation will last forever. His fame is well deserved. 9 continents say so. Then it's not wrong. This is also the first time I've seen this treasure. Rumor has it that in the 4 seas there are powerful experts from beyond the 9 heavens fighting. Blood flowing out, contaminating the stones at the bottom of the sea. After accumulating for over 10,000 years, it can produce this kind of sanho. Moreover, it can only mature and grow. This kind of blood coral absorbs the blood essence of the 9 heavens martial emperor and is born not only with a strong aura, but more importantly, it contains a hint of 9 heavens intent. What does the 9 heavens intent conceal? Right now, everyone is reacting, and there are even a few people. He almost jumped up in excitement, just missing grabbing it and snatching the entire crowd in his eyes. He looked intently at the bloodstone. The roar was like a wolf staring fiercely at the flesh, hiding the 9 heavens intent realm. It's no longer an ordinary genius or treasure. It's definitely something that causes storms, blood rain, divine scenes, and Yang Bin. Inside, there is also a great seal overflowing on the surface, full of solemnity. If chaos breaks out, those two simply cannot suppress it. Facing the situation, God smiled slightly and said, everyone, no need to rush. This bloodstone sanho, although it contains the 9 heavens intention realm, I have already said before that inside it also contains something else. The presence of the aura must be due to the 9 heavens. The martial emperor left behind a massive accumulation within it. If you want to seize the 9 heavens will realm inside, you will also be bitten back by the aura. If you cannot effectively control it, I'm afraid you will directly fall into demonic possession. Deep said the 9 heavens fruit is indeed not an ordinary mortal's, yet he understands it so clearly. This blood coral stone is truly formed by the blood of the martial emperor. Moreover, conditions for its formation are quite unique, and the energy inside is extremely intense. Even the martial emperor might not be able to dissolve the 9 heavens intent within it is almost gone. Just a faint trace remains. Can be said that even the martial emperor with his extraordinary energy might not succeed. Can resolve everything. Everyone listening felt a chill in their hearts. Danda, calm down. The scene and Duongbin both breathed out gently. QD said, honestly, if not for that, the value of this thing would be hard to assess. Kim Lin stone cannot compare at all. Tat Deep said, I wonder if Lugongzi likes the blood hunting stone. This coral of mine, although a bit sinewy, is still something extremely rare to obtain. Fai Vu patted his head, saying it's hard to choose. Indeed, it is a difficult problem. Preciousness of my bloodstone coral in Van Bao has never been seen in all these years, but the wooden spirit jade is also quite suitable for a friend. I really want to trade with him. Thinking it over, I turned around and asked, not knowing if Van had any opinions to share with me. For some reference, little Jean from Huolua. No need to be so polite, just say it's just some trash like your Jean. Spirit stones, not worth much. But it's fine to trade anyway. You're so confident. You're not afraid of a headache. Luo Feng sneers coldly. The other person also huffs coldly. Liang Yang Bing also feels a bit uncomfortable and says, young Master Van and young Master Lei are coming together. They probably also brought quite a few treasures. Why not take them out so we can have a look? Let's see what the little gold lizard is all about. Huang softly said, treasures naturally exist, but what I want you all cannot take out. Why would I need to take out treasures to show off? Can Tin also coldly said, although Tan Vu Fong is just a narrow and small place, it is also the key point to open all the great fortresses. In the northern region, various treasures change freely. It's not a small number. Could it be that Van lacks the desire to reach the stars in the sky? Although meteor spirits are just ordinary things, like the little diamond gourd. What I want to say is 10,000 treasure tower must have a type of mutated water element exists closer to the original element, and the quantity of mutated elements is also not small. Nguyen Chi's power. Everyone was startled. I immediately saw quite a few people laughing heartily. Their faces all showed a mocking expression. Lu Feng sneered and said, elemental mutation. Elemental existence can be compared to the records of top level 9 stage values. Even above that, what do you have to trade for the little gourd? Diamond said, there are many things that can be traded. Key point is that you all don't have the results. Really funny. Lu Feng, not even a bit. Politeness hits his pride direct. He sat back down on the gourd-shaped chair. Kim Kwang swung his hand, releasing a beam of light shooting into the air of the main hall. It transformed into a large pillar that thunderously fell down, sealing the main hall and scattering a fierce aura, cold as ice, making people shiver even without feeling cold. This is it. Everyone is startled. The spiritual power vibrating on the iron pillar is very strong. At a glance, you can tell it's a rare artifact. Moreover, it frightens everyone. The most shocking thing is that it's huge. Normally, such precious materials are about the size of which is already impressive, but this is yet another huge pillar supporting the sky. Jung Ben was also shocked and said, what is this QD? Whatever it is on the surface of QD, it also revealed a solemn expression. Carefully stepped forward. Bit by bit, she reached out her right hand gently. She stroked the pillar, then immediately exclaimed in shock. With a sound, she withdrew her hand, revealing a small crack on her finger. She said in horror, what is this? Could this really be the North Heavenly Han refined metal? But how could a single piece of North Heavenly Han refined metal be this large? Oh my god, this must be worth a fortune. According to top-tier 9th rank documents, it is honored as one of 10 great metals. Pinnacle refined North Heavenly Han metal is said to have instantly made the 9th clan excited this time. Everyone in the hall was silent as a corpse. That thing is a whole large. Well, even cutting off a piece would be a treasure. Valuable. The small diamond gourd swings its hand. Immediately, Master Baitian Hanshin pulls back. Coldly, he says that currently, if there are water element mutations, they can be used for exchange. The hall is extremely quiet and eerie, isn't it? Whoever spoke, everyone was still immersed in the vibrations. Just now, they even doubted whether they had been dreaming before. The scene was so shocking that even the wise were stunned. How could there be such a great talent? A top-tier 9th stage of that magnitude. How much would that be worth? On his forehead, he was even sweating coldly in response. Even with the status of a small diamond gourd, he still feels extremely cautious around Li Fai Vu. He was completely confused until the small diamond gourd called him. Then he recovered. Brother Lu Huin Van Bao Lu, do you want to exchange? Li Fai Vu, who has regained consciousness, is extremely strange. He glances at Li Yunxiao and says, this thing can truly be compared to Shui, the element, but the important matter is considered. I also don't have the right to decide. Wait until I return. Of course I will report to the higher-ups. It's just that the northern celestial cold star there is inevitably too great in this world. How come there are so many materials? Alright, the little diamond gourd quietly said. You don't need to worry about this either. No goods, no hope getting attention. As for my treasures, the same goes for all of you. Everyone showed disdain and mocked him for not knowing his own limits. It was unimaginable that he was so quickly exposed and confronted. That Fu is innocent. Pai bitch is guilty. Many people could no longer remain calm in their eyes. Li Van naturally is not someone who fears matters of the heart. Laughing coldly inside. If someone is blind, then you can only blame their bad fate. Even Li Fei Wu smiled awkward, feeling sorry. At this moment, Kim Lin's stone in his hand really seemed like trash, which was a bit embarrassing. He no longer has the interest in trading. After a moment's thought, he quickly decided. He immediately exchanged for the blood crystal hunt of Tat. After all, the 10,000 treasures pavilion considers the rarity of the item more carefully. Jung Ben shows a disappointed expression, then recalls Mu Han Lin Nok's spiritual realm. Suddenly, says that Van lacking the water element. I can't get it out, but I know there might be a place where the mutated water origin element exists. Please listen carefully. The little diamond gourd seems to have sparked your interest. Jing said it's not something valuable. Just consider a gift for young Master Van. He waved his hand, and a jade slip fell into the little diamond gourd's hand. Pupils of the little diamond gourd. Everyone suddenly recoiled immediately and saw the arm like Huin Chia. Ho lo little diamond spirit Li Van directly burrow into the jade scroll, quickly reading the inside information in one go. Oh lo little diamond spoke and said, so it's a recorded part. Thank you, Xienda, City Lord. As for this matter of human affection, I humbly request. Receiving the scene, the spirit laughed and said, this thing also doesn't have very high value. Van Thieu too. I assess that it has been traded in the market since Li Van revealed a back Tian Han spirit tree. It has become somewhat indifferent. Most people no longer have the intention to trade, all having their own calculations. All deep. Suddenly he spoke freely, saying, we also used an item to trade, sir. The man beside him used one hand to pluck the secret technique. Immediately a bubble appeared before him. Time slowly passed as it fell to the ground. A bit of water receded, revealing a large, long box about 3 meters in length. The secret moved slightly after the box opened. Immediately it blossomed into a beautiful light. Yet it is a large yang pearl. What do you two mean by bringing pearls here to trade? Yang Ping, a bit stunned, deep smiled and said, asks QD to explain to everyone a little. Women all like beauty, even someone like QD is no exception. After seeing even Dung Chan Chao, he immediately squinted and smiled, saying this also is not an ordinary pearl. It is the ice jade pearl created by the sea beast of the 7th rank, the spirit ice jade womb. The fetus itself is a 7th rank treasure. Moreover, it can be worn or used as an accessory.